Welcome, 8th graders, to today's Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here. Today we're taking something that might seem like, well, just another math topic, and we're going to turn it into a literal superpower. We are diving into literal equations, but we're looking at them from a very practical, godly perspective. Because literal equations, they aren't just letters and numbers stuck on a piece of paper in your math binder. No way. They are actual, practical tools used in business, science, engineering, and just your everyday life. So, grab those notebooks, get focused, and let's see how math helps us navigate the real world. Now, think about this for a second. Have you ever wondered exactly how fast you need to drive to make it to the beach on time, like right before the sun goes down? Or maybe you want to figure out how much paint you need for your bedroom wall so you don't run out halfway through. These are real, pressing questions. And guess what? Math solves them. We're going to prove today that the formulas you learn in school actually hold the keys to answering the questions you actually care about. But before we get to the numbers, let's just ground ourselves for a minute. Proverbs 3:6 says, "In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths." So why start a math explainer with a proverb? Well, it's because God gives us wisdom not just to, gather up knowledge in our heads and sit on it. He gives us knowledge so we can apply it responsibly. When you learn to apply literal equations, you're not just doing math. You're growing in practical thinking. You're developing habits of responsibility, creativity, and stewardship. And honestly, that is exactly what a straight path looks like. All right, let's jump into section 1, the magic of rearranging. We're talking about customizing formulas. So in everyday life, you often have a formula, right? But you don't always have the exact piece of information that formula was originally built to find. Sometimes you just gotta work backward. Take a look at side A. We have the standard formula. D equals R times T. Distance equals rate times time. Now, that's a great formula if you want to find the distance. But what if you already know the distance and what you really want to find is the time? Well, that brings us to side B. By rearranging the formula to T equals D divided by R, we solve our problem completely. It's literally like turning a jacket inside out to find a hidden pocket. The jacket is exactly the same, all the fabric is the same, but you've just adjusted it to find exactly what you need. And that, my friends, is customizing a formula. Moving on to section 2. Let's do some road trip math and practice solving for time. Okay, imagine you are on a road trip. You have exactly 300 miles to drive, and your parents want to set the cruise control to go exactly 60 miles per hour. So how long is this trip going to take? We're going to conquer this with a super simple 3-step process. Step 1, write the original formula. We know distance, rate, and time are related by D equals RT. Step 2, we don't want distance here, we want time, so we rearrange for time. We divide both sides by R, giving us that hidden pocket we talked about, T equals D divided by R. Step 3, substitute and solve. We plug in our 300 miles for D and our 60 miles per hour for R, so time equals 300 divided by 60. Take a quick second, do the mental math. Ta-da! 5 hours. Do you see how empowering that is? You didn't have to guess. You didn't have to just sit there and hope for the best. You used a literal equation, rearranged it to fit your exact need, and mapped out your trip perfectly. Next up, section 3, growing your garden. Let's look at solving for width. Let's say you have exactly 24 square feet of space in your backyard for a rectangular garden. You already bought some wood for the border, and you know for sure you want the garden to be exactly 6 feet long. But you need to know how wide to make it so it fits perfectly in that 24 square foot space. The crucial thing here is just relying on our trusty 3 steps. Step 1, write the formula for the area of a rectangle, which is area equals length times width, or A equals LW. Step 2, we need the width, so we rearrange. We isolate that W by dividing both sides by L. Now our formula is W equals A divided by L. Step 3, substitute our numbers. The area A is 24 and the length L is 6, so width equals 24 divided by 6. And there we go, 4 feet. You just successfully engineered your garden layout. By turning the area formula inside out, you found the exact width you needed. See, you're officially doing real-world math now. Let's keep this momentum going. Section 4, money and interest. Time for some financial planning. All right, imagine you put a principal amount of $1,000 into a savings account. That gives you a 6% annual interest rate. You have a specific goal. You want to earn exactly $120 in interest. So how long do you have to leave that money sitting in the bank? You know the drill by now. Step 1, write the interest formula. Interest equals principal times rate times time, or I equals PRT. Step 2, Rearrange for time. We want t by itself, so we divide both sides by p and r. Our new customized formula is t equals I divided by the product of p and r. Just take a second to process that setup. It's the same logic as before, just slightly different letters. Okay, step 3. Substitute the values. Our interest, I, is 120. Our principal, p, is 1,000. And remember, our rate of 6% needs to be written as a decimal, so that's 0.06. So we have 120 divided by the product of 1,000 times 0.06. Well, 1,000 times 0.06 is 60, and 120 divided by 60 gives us 2 years. If you leave that money alone for exactly 2 years, you hit your goal. Math like this is exactly what allows you to be a really good steward of your money, planning for the future with total certainty rather than just guessing. Section 5, the Homework Challenge. It's time to test your skills. Okay, it is time for you to be the hero of your own math journey. I've walked you through the 3-step method, and now it's your turn to take these tools and apply them. Here are your missions. Now, feel free to pause the explainer right here if you need to write these down. Number 1, find your speed if you drive 240 miles in 4 hours. Number 2, find the years it takes to get $75 of interest on $500 at 5%. Remember to change that 5% to a decimal. Number 3, find the width of a 48-square-foot garden that is 8 feet long. Number 4, if you run 10 miles in 2 hours, what is your average speed? And finally, a bit of a challenge for number 5. A cylinder has a volume of 314 cubic inches and a radius of 5 inches. What is the height? Here's a hint. The formula is volume equals pi times radius squared times height. Make sure to rearrange for height first. Use your 3 steps, show your work, and you will absolutely crush these. And finally, section 6, morality and true education. Let's look at biblical morality. As we wrap up this math lesson, let's just shift gears for a minute to the deeper why behind what we do here. We're looking at the philosophy of the Smart Academy Godly Learner series, which beautifully intertwines biblical morality with education. The core of this philosophy is simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Education without morality will hurt. Let me ask you a tough question. What is the point of being incredibly smart, of being supposedly highly educated, if we just use all that brain power to continue making bad choices that hurt ourselves and hurt the people around us? A sharp mind is a dangerous weapon if it isn't guided by a good heart and a moral compass. That is exactly why we don't just teach you math. We teach you stewardship, responsibility, and the wisdom to use your skills for good. And this brings us to a really beautiful promise found in Romans chapter 8, verses 6 and 7. For to set the mind on the flesh is death, but to set the mind on the spirit is life and peace. This is a promise of peace of mind to everyone who keeps their minds spiritual, and it is the true experience of people who engage deeply with these concepts. So I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought. Will you use the knowledge and the literal equations you learned today just to pass a math test? Or will you use your sharp mind paired with a spiritual heart to bring life and peace to your straight path? Think about that as you tackle your homework today. Thank you so much for joining me on this Explainer 8th graders. Go out there, rearrange those formulas, and I'll see you next time.